Good evening, everybody. Well, I say everybody. I'm not sure if there is anybody here at the moment. I know Andy popped in briefly, but I'm not sure there's anybody else here. I'm seeing that there are no viewers, and there haven't been any views up to now. It's a horrible night outside, so I'm hoping that there'll be one or two people coming in and joining us as we attempt to go through the final few games. I say the final few games, I had a little bit of a thought. It might not be the final episode, and we might have to move the final episode to Sunday. And that might be because it just occurred to me while I was actually setting this up that we do have an FA Cup semi-final, which has come as a bit of a shock, having beaten Fulham in the quarter-final and Arsenal in the fifth round. We do now have a semi-final coming up against Championship Swansea, and so we might be in line for a cup final. However, it's not going to be something that we can think about winning. It's going to be against Newcastle or Manchester City, probably Manchester City. But just to get to the final will be a big achievement and adds one more game to the fixture list. And so we have to think about how many games we actually have got. We got Brighton 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Possibly we have 8 games to go. I'm going to assume that we're going to get to the final. I'm going to assume that, but we might not. You never know. It might be just a semi-final for us, and that is what will happen. Who knows? We are currently in the Premier League. We're doing quite well. We're in 10th. We'd like to. What I'd really like is to just jump into these lower European slots, just pinch one of those. I don't know if we're going to do it. We have some very tough fixtures at the end of our schedule. If we win today, we've got a game in hand. If we win against Brighton, we can go up into 7th and start putting the pressure on Tottenham above us. But lose today, I don't think it's going to happen, and we're going to be having to look at possibly finishing in and around 10th or 11th, which will be, considering the new game, I think that will be a pretty good outcome. But we do have some very tough fixtures. Brighton, Norwich and Leicester, Crystal Palace are not bad, but we finish off with Manchester City and Chelsea. Chelsea might not be the one that is difficult. Chelsea are not that great. And so they are in second. Having said that, it's Manchester City who are struggling, who are in third. But they have both teams have made up the ground on Liverpool, so they are going to be two very, very hard fixtures to finish. I don't see us getting anything out of those games at the end. We have to pick our points up in the first few games, in the first 3 games that we play. We've just turned the computer on, though, and we know what happens when you turn the computer on. We have to play Brighton. I'm going to play attacking. I think we have to play attacking. And I think if nobody turns up tonight, I'm not quite sure why there's nobody here. Normally we packed out at this stage. I'm not quite sure why nobody is here. I've also got a little bit of a cold. So if nobody turns up, what I'm going to do is play through these 4 games. And then on Sunday, we'll come back and hope that there are more people here when we come back on Sunday for the final 3 games and the final of the Cup, if we make it. So I'm going to start, chatted away enough, and we're going to start now. And we are going to play the first game in this series. And it is away at Brighton. It's going to be a tough game. I'm just going to play the way we have been playing. And we're going to play positive against them. He wants me to play a low block. We've tried that nonsense. It doesn't work particularly well. I've got a pretty good, strong team out. We don't have much in the way of injuries. Manquillo is still injured. He's going to be out for another couple of months. And Nemecha is still going to be out for a couple of weeks. So we've still got a couple of injuries, but hopefully we will we'll put on a good performance here today, bearing in mind that we have just switched the computer on and we were on a good run. So whether that is going to spoil the good run, let's just turn the sound off. It's possibly going to spoil our good run, isn't it? So we will go and play this game. And yeah, I think we need to show that we are a good football team. We are above the league, we are above Brighton in the league. And so it's a game that we could get something out of. It's a game I'm hoping we can get something out of. But knowing our luck, it's not going to happen. That was a tasty free kick from Brighton, but we defended it well. It was a nice block. And Ruiz is looking to come forward on the counter-attack. Can we get something out of this? That's a nice pass. We've got plenty of bodies forward. We have got loads of bodies bursting into the box. Can we find the pass? No, we can't. It's almost gone in. What a chance. And we almost got off to the perfect start there. And it all came from a Brighton set piece, which we defended very well. And at the moment, we're just edging it, I think, but we're not getting our shots on target. So Brighton's shots on target ratio is a bit better than ours, and that's not ideal. And at the moment, I don't feel that optimistic. I think that we are being beaten at the moment by Brighton. I'm wondering if, in view of that counter-attack, that we should come off the press on them. Maybe that will help us a little bit, not pressing them. And I'm going to do that, actually. We counter-attacked really well, so I'm going to come off the counter-press for 2 minutes just to see if that does help us in any way, because at the moment Brighton are dominating the game, and it might be that we are getting too close to them, and that's not ideal. He's having a look at offside, but I think that's okay. I think it's game over already. Because what I'm finding is that it doesn't matter what you're doing. The changes you make don't seem to make any difference in this version of FM. Whereas in FM23 you could affect the game quite easily. But in this one you can't seem to affect the game at all. I do possibly need to have a look at the lines at some point. But looking at it, coming off the counter-press might have made a difference. We have got all the match momentum. We just haven't scored the goal. Brighton scored the goal. Rezo has a chance and he can't put it in. And so I don't understand FM sometimes. We've just totally dominated the game in terms of match momentum, in terms of possession. We've had 71% of the possession. Brighton haven't been in the game, but they've created more chances than we have, and they have been much more clinical than we have. I don't understand this game at all. Absolutely do not understand it. But we have to try and get back into it. We have to counter. I do believe, looking at that initial counter-attack that we had, that's the way we've got to play the game. And I'm just wondering if maybe the passing length has to be increased a little bit. I don't know. I don't know, but there's a nice pass into a Rezo. Finally, we're back in the game. I think we deserve it. We've been totally dominating possession. We have 70%. Oh, gosh. I think that's going to be offside. We are the offside team. Yeah, of course it's going to be disallowed. This is one of the bugbears that I have. That the opposition, I'm going to do a season and I'm going to count it, because the opposition never have VAR, and yet we do all the time. And I'm going to count up how many during the course of a season, and they have been unlucky. They've done nothing wrong, but Rezo needs to get his shooting boots on. You've not been good enough, and you need to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. But at the moment, it's not good. I'm wondering, should I just up the passing distance a little bit? If we are counter-attacking. We're playing at a high tempo. Should I just up the passing distance a little bit? Because obviously Brighton are sitting back. Arezo's in again, and this time, is it going to be called offside this time? I don't think so. I think Brighton have accepted it. I think this time we have got back into the game. So I won't actually do anything at the moment. I think that what I spotted earlier, the counter-attack, was actually the issue, and I think we might have solved it with coming off the counter-press and just counter-attacking. Now, my assistant did say play with a low block, so I wonder if now is the right time to go into a low block and just like pull Brighton out. If they are sitting back, which is what it looks like, and we're, oh dear, this looks awful. And we've just given away another goal. Like, oh, I don't believe this team. We're absolutely dominating the match. And we just cannot beat teams who are below us in the league. I am just distraught at the moment. What on earth? Ah, goodness me. Okay, we'll just accept that we're going to get defeated in this one. They're not good enough, basically. And we'll just accept we're going to slide down the table now. We've had all the game, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Why we should be losing when Brighton haven't really been in the game. It's just every time that they attack, they score. And that's probably because my defence is rubbish. But we have top teams who are looking to buy my defenders, and yet they won't play for Middlesbrough, will they? But maybe this is all about the cup competition. Now, maybe the game wants me to win the next match in the cup, so it can't have me win both. Maybe that's what it's about. But I'm absolutely furious with this team. There's a number of players who have let me down again. And there's a cross, harmless cross. It's just like, really. But here's Brandon Williams. He's been known to take a shot. Oh, come on, FM. This is really poor and really obvious. This is really obvious from FM now. Let's go and make some changes. Really, really obvious. FM is just messing about. And it's clearly doing what it wants to do. So, who is tired? Aspria is tired. I'm going to give Porret... No, actually, I'm going to give Akpom a game for Aspria. Daniel Ruiz is tired. Isaiah Jones can come on for him. Nobody's playing that badly except for my goalkeeper. It's the goalkeeper at the end of the day who's let me down. And that's always the way, isn't it? Let's change the goalkeeper then. He can't do any worse. How wonderful. Goalkeeping errors have let me down. And Hackney can come on instead of... And Torres is tired, but I don't have anybody who can actually come in for him. So I'm going to bring Pedrosa on for Brandon Williams. And that's probably a bit foolish because I've made all 5 substitutions now, and what the game does is give you an injury if you use all 5 substitutions. And I'm not really happy with the game at the moment, as you can tell. It's just messing me about. And again, hit the post. The game is messing about now. And I don't believe this. I hit the woodwork. Goodness knows how many times in each game. And we have so many VAR disallowed goals every game. And the opposition don't do this. They just score. I'm really annoyed with what I'm seeing. And I am going to do a video and count all these things. Akpom has a chance, and I'm not even celebrating now. It's just gone beyond a joke. It's gone beyond a joke, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing it, to be... is it thinking, are the developers thinking, oh, let's up the excitement for people playing the game at the expense of reality? No, I'm not buying it. We've absolutely hammered them. And every time they go forward, they score. And they're just about to score again, aren't they? They're just about to do it again. I'll be very, very surprised if we do it. I mean, I have gone attacking, so there is a chance of a goal at one end of the pitch. But maybe making the changes was all it needed. I just feel fed up with it. It could be the curse of turning the computer off and on again. But now we've gone and taken the lead. I don't believe this at all. This is unbelievable. And is it offside? No, it's not going to be given offside. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, now I can go back into a more positive approach. I think what I might do is go into a low block. And certainly what I might do at this point is pull the line back a little bit. And just in case they're thinking about putting those balls over the top. Well, that'll be interesting because now we will have moved up. Should have moved up to... Oh, there. What did I just tell you? If you use all 5 substitutes, you get the injury. I have no one I can bring on now. We'll just bring Akpom back down here. And that is just like... Of course, I was a silly idiot. I went and used all 5 substitutes. And of course, I get the... Immediately, we'll have the injury. Luckily, it was after we scored. But it doesn't help with the upcoming fixtures. We are now in 7th. I don't think we can put pressure on Tottenham because we have Chelsea and Manchester City to play. And I'm absolutely fuming with the game. There was no need for what's going on in the game. It doesn't make any sense to me at the moment. Now he's out for 3 to 5 weeks. Joining the others. I'm going to be a bit short at right wing now, aren't I? Arezzo got 2. Why is his morale so low? Let's have a look at the dynamics. Oh, yeah, because about 4 months ago, he didn't like my team talk against Real Madrid. And he's still hanging on to that. So his morale is absolutely shocking. There is one person who agrees with him. Livramento agrees that 4 months ago against Real Madrid, my half-time team talk was shocking. There's things that they still need to work on in this game. 4 months holding a grudge over a... And this really has to be solved as well. Player unhappiness. I'm having to sell players just because they're unhappy. In the West Ham save, there were 7 players were sold in the winter transfer window because players were unhappy. That's it. Sold 7 of them because they were unhappy. And getting a real strop on. Not just being unhappy. I am going to rest them for a day, actually. But he doesn't need resting. He's injured. I don't want to answer that silly nonsense because that'll end up with the player being upset as well. Swansea, that doesn't actually mean anything because they're a championship team. Well, they're 13th in the championship. It's a game we should be winning, but then we've lost these games before in FM, so I don't know if we can actually win this. We are at home. We should be attacking them, and that's what I intend to do, I think. I'm going to attack early on, and yeah, we're going to play with a high press. We're going to counter. I'm going to attack them. Soleil, Isaiah Jones, of course, can come back on the wing. I think that I'd be tempted to play the same team, but some of them didn't play very well. Amadozic is tired, so we might have to bring Soleil in. If Dozic is tired, Ferran Torres is out. Who am I going to play on the right wing? I don't have anybody. They're all injured. So whoever plays on the right wing has to stay on the right wing. Pedroza is left. El Yanesi can come on. He's a really poor player. Is he injured? No, needs a rest. Good Lord. Well, everybody needs a rest. Okay, we'll go with that lot. He wants to play Porritt up front. Nah, I don't think so. Hey, James, how you doing, my friend? I think you're the only one in here at the moment. I've been talking to myself. I was not too happy with that Middlesbrough, with that Brighton game. I just have so many issues with the game at the moment. I mean, again, the disallowed goals, the hitting the woodwork, and then every time Brighton broke, they scored. I think the game is the developers are just trying to make it exciting for people. And they're doing it at the expense of reality. And coming back and scoring 2 goals in the last 5 minutes at the expense of reality is not cutting it for me, I'm afraid. Like I said, give me FM22 with these graphics and I'll be really happy. So we are playing Swansea in the FA Cup. I'd like to think we can beat Swansea. If we can't, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. He wants to play with the low block, and yeah, the low block we know doesn't work. So I want to... they are very tired as well. I'm going to type mark these 2 players. Just to put pressure on them in midfield. I think this is a game we should be winning. We are fairly fit. We've rested our players. Swansea don't look fit. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you, James. They've got to sort the issues out. And I'm going to count one day, because I think that we get far too many VAR disallowed goals. And I can't remember the last time it happened to the opposition. I'm going to do a season and count them. They're doing well. We're on a good run. Let's keep that going. There's also, I've been doing a little bit of research on injuries. Been doing a lot of research on injuries, and I've downloaded some data about real injuries from the year 21-22, and I think that FM injuries are way above what was normal for the season 21-22. And so what we're going to do is we'll do a video on that once I've collected all the data from the game. Go on, you're in. Must score. Oh, come on. Then it does look to me like people keep saying that FM injuries are a reduced percentage than the Premier League. It doesn't look that way. It looks like it's much higher than what the average is for the Premier League. Yeah, I think, yep, that's probably all it is, James. They just need to take 1 or 2 of those eggs out and mix the pudding again. Are Swansea going to win? Because we're not putting our shots away. And we need to score a goal. Otherwise, Swansea will win. So maybe what I've got to think about... Oh, we have scored. That's nice. We have managed to score. But do I need to do anything? I don't think so. I think we're dominating the game. Swansea have only had 1 chance. Although, look at the possession. We've only had 38% of the possession. So what I'm going to do is lower the tempo. Maybe they're just playing a little bit too frantically. But in all fairness, we've done all right. We've lost games this season I wasn't expecting to lose. We've won games that I should never have won. But we've done okay. If we can finish in somewhere around 10th, we'll have done okay. It's all about the middle of the park. They can take the ball, you'll take the goal. Yeah, we've come back into it now. We've actually... Oh, it's another one. Maybe coming off the passing tempo. Possession-wise, it's getting closer now. And that hopefully will create more chances for us. But Swansea have just created one for us. It's very kind of them. This was a dreadful pass. I would be so annoyed if that was my defender. And we won't be signing him in the summer. at least we've scored a couple of goals. And maybe we are doing a lot of running around and not actually doing anything, aren't we? So maybe coming off the press again. It does seem like a lot of running around and we're not actually achieving anything. So let's come off this counter press. We'll counter attack, but let's come off this press. But 2-0 at the moment. We are in the final. And that will be a bit of a shock because I was not expecting to be in the FA Cup final this season. We've beaten some good teams along the way. We beat Arsenal, didn't we, to get to the quarter-final. Oh, you have to score that. Put your foot through it. You have to score. You have to take those chances. Is it? No. Asprilla needs to find a bit of form, Asprilla. It's been out of form. But it looks like we are much more in control. Swansea are still passing the ball around really nicely. And, yeah, I'm happy at the moment. I don't need to be unhappy with them. Swansea start coming back into it, I'll start being unhappy with them. But at the moment, nothing to be unhappy about. And we are gaining possession now. We're taking the possession off Swansea. having all the chances. XG is much better. It's a game we should be winning, but sometimes these are dreadful banana skins. But yeah, coming off, maybe I should be thinking about that. That was a great shot. Esposito, his second goal. Maybe I should be thinking, James, about coming off the counter-press completely. Don't even start with it. They play better without the counter-press, don't they? Have I discovered any wonder kids yet? Yes, I have. In the West Ham save, Rooney. He is just going to be the greatest player ever. I don't know if you've been following the West Ham save, but he's an 18-year-old winger. He's an absolute joy, and his attributes for 18 are absolutely insane. So, yeah, I found one really good wonder kid. I'm actually thinking of doing a video on him, just to track what happens to him. Do like a story video. He is an insane player. He's like 18 years old and he's got an £84 million release clause. He's absolutely insane. He's such a good player. I haven't made any subs, have I? Team is knackered. Chatting away here, didn't make any subs. Let's bring Hackney on. Esposito can come off. Bohinen can come on. And luckily I haven't been playing with the press. El Yonesi can come on for Jones. Porrit for Asprilla. And Tuanzebe for Livramento. Just to come on for the last few minutes. But then Swansea haven't made any subs either. They're following me. They're making theirs now. Okay, so 3-0. Congratulations, boys, on reaching the final. I'm going to guess it's going to be Manchester City. Although I'd be happier with it being Newcastle. Who's that? Well, that's the Brighton result. Oh, fitness concerns again. Arezzo has finally dropped his team talk concern. He's had a change of heart and hopes the matter can be forgotten. So, like, when did that happen? Against Real Madrid. So look at the schedule. When did that happen? Against, where is Real Madrid? Right up here. So it happened. Where was Real Madrid? Oh, right up here. So it happened on Tuesday, the 20th of January. And we are now 3 months it's taken him to actually forget that. Forget that team talk. Oh, well. But look at our form of late. That's pretty good, actually. No defeats in there. That's pretty good. Yeah, I know a fairly unknown. Is his name Job Bellingham? Is his name Job Bellingham, that wonder kid? Because, yeah, that's him. Rooney Bargy. That's him. He's absolutely insane. He is going to be some player, and I think I might actually do a video of how he gets on, just like track his career, and because he's going to be absolutely insane. That boy. So you know of Rooney Bargy. There is one though called Job Bellingham, who's a very decent player as well. Okay, so Norwich is next. If we can beat Norwich now, we'll really start putting pressure on on Tottenham. We're up into 7th. Get another 3 points here. Start putting pressure on Tottenham. Who have Arsenal got? Aston Villa away. They should win that. But if we can win, we'll stay above them. Norwich are where? 13th. So at least they're not 18th, 19th or 20th. I'm going to give these boys a rest, I think. Oh, we already did, didn't we? So, yeah, no Job quite well. Billy Gilmore, he's a good player as well, but at the moment I'm not wheeling and dealing. I don't have any money, actually, do I? 172k. Let's avoid injuries now as well. Norwich are not great. Create good chances from set pieces. So we want to be careful what we're doing with set piece training this week. Asprilla, 4-star player. He's not actually showing it. I'm a bit annoyed with Asprilla. Pleased to have been promised finish in the top half. Twanzebe still wants to be sold. Asprilla headed for an award. Youth candidates, just one really. He's 4-star potential. Midfielder. Probably not a bad little prospect. For 15, he's not bad. His mentals are not bad for 15. Good work rate. Has a good amount of vision. So let's say we could put 5 on that. Could have 17 vision, 16 passing. I think he's a decent prospect. So recommend. Oh, we've got the goalkeeper injured. That's another thing I was thinking about, and I've done some checking on. I've done some checking on the fantasy football site, and I was looking at the squads for the Premier League clubs, and pretty much all the squads in the Premier League have 4 goalkeepers. Isn't that interesting? Some teams, there's a couple of teams have got 2 goalkeepers. But most of them have got 4. Some of them have got, a couple of teams have got 3 goalkeepers, but most of them have got 4. And maybe the developers have picked up on that, and that's why goalkeepers are getting the injuries now. And I've got one player, James Ward-Prowse in the West Ham save, is extremely annoyed with me for not having enough strength in depth in the goalkeeping department. I've got 4 goalkeepers in that West Ham squad. How many am I supposed to have? But I'm guessing that 3 of them are not great goalkeepers. I've got 1 backup, 1 main goalkeeper, and then 2 young goalkeepers. But he's not happy with 4 goalkeepers in the squad, which is really interesting. Player unhappiness is very strange. And I'm struggling to work it out. Amadozic and Fry, I think, probably is a good call. Amadozic and Fry, and Cone is injured. How long is he going to be out for? 2 days. No, he's not going to make it, is he? So I'm going to bring in Liam Roberts. And he wants to switch those over. I don't. I think Fry has probably got a bit more pace than Amadozic. Yeah, so I don't want to switch them over. I'm going to have somebody covering. I want them to have a bit of pace on them. Squad depth thing, players in real life. Well, I actually am trying to do some research about dressing room behaviour. I mean, Manchester United clearly have a problem in their dressing room at the moment. So there's one team where there is a dressing room problem, but I'm not seeing it in any other team in the Premier League. So it's not like every team suffers from this poor problems in the dressing room. I don't, I can't exactly fathom out why FM has this dressing room problems in the way that it has. I mean, I don't even know if the other teams, we have no way of checking what the dressing room's like with the other teams. Or is it just us? So, there's no way of checking that. But I'm like selling players simply because I can't afford for morale to come down anymore. And if we look at the dynamics, should be good here. We've still got 2 players who are unhappy. It says 3, but I think you have to keep an eye on this. Livramento is very poor. He's unhappy because of my management of the team. And he's still unhappy about the Real Madrid team talk, and it's made him really unhappy. Whereas the person who started it all is now quite happy it stayed with him. And I do think that you're going to have to look through playing time. And then we got one here, Charles Pickle. So we don't want him to become an issue, so we need to play him a few times. So it might be a good idea to put Pickle in. And if we go and have a look at Pickle, good old Charles Brandon Pickle, good old Pickle, and we go and have a look at his happiness. His expectation expects to provide and earn plenty of playing time over the course of a season. He's actually a fringe player who is expecting to be a squad player in the next 5 matches. So we're going to have to play him twice. And so this is a good time to go and put him in the game. He's expecting us to make it up to him that he hasn't played too much. So we will put Charles Pickle, or Branston Pickle. Yeah, I mean, how much of it is our making because we're not keeping an eye on the player happiness and dealing with it before it happens? I don't know. But things like team talk, sulking, we can't solve that. And we can't actually go to the player and say, "Oi, stop it." Grow up, sunshine, which is what I'd probably do as a manager. Get over it, Who was the guy? Who was it that's Livramento? He's still furious about that, even though Arezzo, who started it, isn't. So I should be able to go to Livramento and discuss with him. Grow up, sunshine, because you're just way out of line. And there's nothing that I can do to solve that. And so, yes, let's have these things in the game then, but give us a way to solve it. And I think if you don't give us a way to solve it, no, don't have them in the game. Okay, let's go and play against Norwich. Let's see what we can do against this Norwich team. Oh, it would be so nice if we could win this. Esposito, Fry, Cohn. He wants the goalkeeper in, doesn't he? I'm not going to do that. So we will just, I think what we will do is we're going to come off the counter press to begin this game. And maybe we will do a much more controlled passing. And I think positive is probably a better way to start than attacking. So I think we'll just test that out. Is it the counter press that's causing us a problem? Because when I've come off it in the last couple of games, it's helped us out. Let's go and win this game, guys. They're all highly motivated. It doesn't look like a dressing room that I've lost, whereas the West Ham one does. Now, have we learned something here to come off the press, or are Norwich just going to win anyway? Oh, will we have to go back on the press? Nicely done, Jones. Nicely done. That's good football. Rob the ball off them. Now pass it around. Nice football. Good support. Here's young Pickle. 1-0. That was beautiful football. Right from the point where we took the ball off them and then just played it around. That was nice football. That's what I wanted to see. When I set this tactic up, that's how I envisaged it. Passing it around. Really nice passing move, that. So maybe it is the counter press that's been causing us problems. And coming off the counter press, maybe we're playing better now. And the AI is recognizing without the counter press you're a better team. Maybe. But there's still only one shot in the entire game, which is not ideal, which is not good. Yeah, maybe we'll have a look at that after, how much in terms of work rate and also aggression. You need to be quite an aggressive team if you're going to count. Oh, God, another injury. I don't believe it. Akpom can come on. Strange playing Akpom. He should have been sold in the summer. We just couldn't get rid of him. I do have Ruiz who could switch over, but let's play Akpom. But we're actually beating Norwich quite easily. Don't get complacent. You weren't that bad. They're all focused, motivated. Nobody's really playing that badly. So hopefully, since we are dominating the game, we should go on and win this. Come on, Arezo. Oh, yes, 2-0. This is what we wanted. We are going to finish in the top 10, are we? Aggression, work rate, stamina. Acceleration as well. You need good acceleration for a good pressing team. Those 4 things. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And I must remember to make some substitutions in this game this time, because I've completely forgot against Swansea. Let's go and make some changes. So who's that tired now? Ruiz is tired. Let's bring Pedrosa. See how Pedrosa gets on the wing. Arezo is tired, but there's not much I can do with you, Arezo. Probably needs a rest. I'm going to put Porritt on there. Young kid. Give him a shot. Pickle. He's having a nice game. Pickle. Good enough. And he can play in the next game as well, which will then solve his unhappiness problem. We have to rest Jones. How many is that? 4. Right. Just thinking, we won't do 5 because of the injury that will follow if we do the 5. We'll learn from that as well. But yep, coming off the counter press, we've got a nice victory there against Norwich in a game perhaps we would have found tricky. But we've got a nice win there. Livramento is very tired, needs to come off. Twanzebe can come on. And we should see this game out now. Very, very nice. Very, very nice goals. Arezo's free kick was good. That first goal was stunning goal. My sort of goal, that. Pass it around. Losing Asprilla isn't great, though. But then he hasn't been in very good form, so losing him may not be a big deal. And what happened to Tottenham, then? They lost to Brighton. So we have closed the gap on Tottenham. And who's below us? Arsenal. Arsenal lost to Aston Villa. Well, that was a good weekend. That was a good weekend. So Man United, though, can still catch us. They'd be a point behind. But we are in 7th. We're in a 3 months. 3 months. Try not to worry. Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. And I think let's give this squad a day off. Asprilla doesn't need the day off now. Akpom can have the day off. Nemetcha's coming back to fitness, is he? Could do with Nemetcha coming back. I would be very surprised. I think if you finish in 8th, then you could qualify for Europe. Because if they all move up one, because somebody wins something else. So Manchester City win the cup, then they will qualify for the Champions League just by being in 4th. So somebody else, maybe the runner-up, will qualify for something. I don't know. Don't know how it works out. But everybody might move up one. So you could actually finish in 8th and get into Europe. I don't know how that actually works. We're not going to answer silly questions like that. Do you know how that works? Hi, Blob. How you doing, mate? Do you know how that works, James? Like if Manchester City beat us... In fact, who is in the cup final? I haven't even checked who's in the final. Manchester City. So if Manchester City beat us in the final, and they've already qualified in the top 4 for the Champions League, what happens? Do the runners-up qualify instead? I don't know. Do you know what the answer to that is, James? Or Blob, do you know what the answer is? Don't talk about Man United. Do you know one of the biggest problems? I was watching them the other night. Is their midfield is shocking, and why they have bought Mount, I don't know. He's like one of the worst players I've ever seen. He doesn't tackle. He'd never get in one of my teams. I need my midfielders to be able to tackle and mark. He just lets people go past him, Mason Mount. He's not even a creative force. He's not creating anything either. What a waste of money he was. And then like Amrabat has just not settled. I don't know whether it's because he's not playing enough, but he's just not settled. And midfield, Man United are terrible. They're just letting people stroll past them. Who am I going to play? Maybe Ruiz has to come in as the... And then... Pedrosa can play as the left winger. If Nemecha gets fit, he can play as the left wing. And that leaves Ruiz. Nemecha can also play. No, in fact, Nemecha won't be very happy playing either position. He wants to play up here. But Arezzo could come and play in there. But for now, Pedrosa can do that job. If you finish 8th, you get conference. Okay. I think the attitude is a big problem. Go 3-0 down. And yeah. And that comes from the leadership as well. And not just Fernandez. If you look at Fernandez's body language, it's absolutely shocking. And he should not be captain. Because everybody's picking up from him. And then you've got to look at Ten Hag on the line. And Ten Hag spends all his time doing this on the line. Tutting and shaking his head. And the players are going to pick that up as well. The players are going to pick up, we're rubbish. And he needs to be motivating them rather than telling them they're rubbish. I mean, we know they're rubbish, but, lie to them. And also defensively, I mean, they do have injuries, which means we've got to sometimes play the likes of Johnny Evans, which is a bit sad, but there we go. And that's a bit sad as well, another goalkeeper injury. But I watched United yesterday, wasn't it? And they were absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, Cone can come back in, and Pickle's he's had a couple of games now, Pickle, hasn't he? Or should I play him one more time? How many games did he play? He's only played one, hasn't he? Is that enough? Is that enough to keep... Let's have a look at the... Oh, what we were going to do is have a look at the... Let's have a look. We want to have a look at... There's 4 things we want to have a look at. Work rate. So let's look at their work. Now, the work rate is below average, so they're not very good work rate. Stamina would be a physical thing. Very poor stamina. So, yeah, counter-pressing is not going to be very good for this team. Technical, acceleration. Where is that? That will be a mental thing. No, physical thing, won't it? Acceleration. So, again, acceleration is not very good. So, probably, yeah. We shouldn't be counter-pressing. So Esposito, I think, should come back in for this game. Arezzo and Nemecha. I don't think Nemecha's fit enough, is he? Yeah, he could be. Arezzo can come in there. Goalkeeper can come back in there. Elionesi, Bohinen, Esposito is the one we want instead of Pico. Okay, I'll go with that. We're actually on another injury. We're on a good run at the moment. We have not lost since the 21st of February, which is a very good run. 18th of February when we lost to Juventus 1-0. And we have not lost since then. That's pretty impressive. But Leicester Elionesi now is Ferran Torres, 4 to 9 days. I just don't have a right winger. These two are the right wingers. Oh, great. So let's put Promise Thompson. He's a left wing back, isn't he? Manquillo is a right wing back. He's also injured. Complete waste of time, isn't it? We don't have anyone who can cover this now. Thank you, FM. Yeah, so we should not be counter pressing, but that should come off. And that's why I think we've been playing better. Just simply because we shouldn't be counter pressing. And also, reducing the tempo has also helped. So I'm actually going to save that now, because that's the way I want us to play. Every time we reduce the tempo, we seem to do better. And when we come off the counter press, we're doing better. Champions League Bayern versus Liverpool. West Ham playing Norwich. West Ham. Oof, Bayern thrashed Liverpool, did they? How's that affected things? Oof, West Ham. But they have played a game more than us. It's getting very tense towards the end of this season now. Are we going to get into Europe? Oh dear, oh dear. I think we will leave those alone. Just keep winning. Easier said than done, James. Much easier said than done. Oh boy. Come on, we got this. We've got this, boys. No, I'm not playing a low block. It doesn't work, the low block. Not this year. But what I do want to do is Tielemans and Dewsbury Hall. We need them tight marked. James Justin. Don't want to do anything with him. Who is it? Is it this geezer here? Yeah, we need to close him down and right foot. And right foot. Okay, let's go and play ball. Nemecha's lacking sharpness, but you've got to get through the game. You've put yourself available for selection. You've got to get through this game. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We'll see how he goes. We're doing well. We're on a good run. Let's keep it going. And he's the kind of player, Solanke, that he will always score against you. He doesn't score very many during a season, but if he's going to score, he'll score against you. So we do want to keep an eye on Solanke. But if we start well and start scoring goals, I wouldn't worry too much. If we don't, then he may need to be tight marked. Oh, and that's probably an indication that we're not playing very well. Come on, boys. You got this. Let's get this set piece in the back of the net. Nope. Ruiz is involved in the game a lot, isn't he? Playing from shadow striker today. That's nice. Pass it around. Nice, gentle tempo. Offside. He's got to be offside. Well, hit the post or offside. One of the two. Doesn't seem to matter. And it's like, how many times have the opposition hit the woodwork and had an offside goal since we've been broadcasting tonight? The answer is 0. And it's just like happening to us all the time. They just score. There's no offsides or hitting the post. They just score, and that is Solanke, isn't it? Should have listened to you. And it's just bonkers. Like, how many times have we had offside goals hit the woodwork, and the opposition have had 0 all night. And that's the way this game is. These offsides and disallowed goals only happen to us. They don't happen to opposition teams. I haven't seen one tonight. They haven't hit the woodwork. They haven't had an offside goal. No team. How did he get injured now? Got another player injured. This bonkers, this game. I guess that's our European spot gone, because with Chelsea and Man City to come. Oh, that'll do. Arazo's got one back. Brandon Williams, how injured is he? Let's go and have a look at how injured he is. Knee injury. He's got to come off, hasn't he? Oh dear, oh dear. Pedrosa is a good sub for him. Yeah, the whole game, the interface is a lot better. To be fair, Blob, yep, it's just got its issues, and I don't know why the issues are there. I think they're trying to make it harder, but it's at the expense of realism from my point of view. But if you look at the graphics and you look at the way the game moves forward, it looks faster, it looks nicer. I agree with you, Blob. I think you're absolutely right. Come on, Jones. You have... Oh, that's got to be a sending off offence, referee. It is. Now we can go on and win this. I should go attacking now, shouldn't I? Let's go on and win this, boys. Good evening, Andy. Oh, now we are winning it. Now we can go back to positive. Oh, it's given offside. Well, we go back to attacking then. See, there's another offside goal. So we've had goodness knows how many offside goals. Goodness knows how many times we've hit the woodwork. And the opposition have had 0 of those things. Look at Nemecha, 6.3. Good Lord. Right. I could put Arazo up top. And put Ruiz on the wing. And Akpom hasn't actually been doing that bad, has he? Nemecha, come on. Yeah, I know, James. We've got to attack. At least if we've got to try and get that second goal. We have to win this game. I mean, the other thing that I ought to consider now is counter-pressing while they are light. And also I need to consider that they might be looking to put balls over the top. Which will not be good because I'll need to bring the line back. But we've got to start winning the ball. That's better. I mean, we're good enough to beat them just using a counter-attack. And this is nice football again. Let's pop it in now. Yes! And now I can go back to positive. Oh, come on. Is it going to be another offside? You're having a laugh. Well, let's go back to attacking then. You cannot be serious. Oh, it's been awarded this time. Let's go back to positive. But again, how many VARs? You've been here pretty much all night, James. How many VARs have you seen for the opposition teams? How many times have they hit the woodwork? They haven't hit the woodwork. They haven't had a VAR call. Why does it only happen to us? I mean, it's handy that Leicester have had a player sent off. That's really handy. And we shouldn't be getting too tired because we're not counter-pressing. I'm talking about meat pies. Have you got I've got a meat pie, which I'm going to have later. I've got a steak and vegetable pie, which I'm having later, Andy. But I haven't got around to talking about that yet. I shouldn't eat red meat, but I'm having a treat. It's like, why not? Now, this is nice football we are playing at the moment, but, oh, come on, you've got to put these chances away. Is it time? Yeah, there's that ball over the top, so maybe I need to just drop the line a little bit. Because maybe they'll just try and use pace to get over the top. If we go 3-1, I won't do it, but if it doesn't go 3-1, I'm going to change the line in a minute. Penalty, referee. Penalty. Arezzo's in form. We are in good form at the moment, aren't we? We are not losing football matches. Until Chelsea and Manchester City will come along. They're coming up next, aren't they? 3-1. I wonder where that puts us in the table. Have we caught Tottenham? Around the grounds. Yeah, I think we've caught Tottenham up, haven't we? What's the goal difference like? Can we sneak above Tottenham on goal difference? Put the pressure on them. Oh, nice. Nice one. 4-1 now. We are in great form. I think we sorted out. I think we've sorted out why they look like they can't play football. It's my fault. Been my fault all along. Asking them to play counter-pressing football when they can't do it. And also slowing the passing down. They look like a good team now. No, we're still going to be in 7th. Oh, not another injury. You're having a laugh. Now Ruiz is injured. Arezzo will have to come back here and play Porritt up front. That's all I can do. I can't believe the number of injuries. Esposito, Pickle can come on for Esposito, and Hackney can come on for Antonio. And hopefully that's enough now to see the game out. We have played a game more than Tottenham. But there's nothing to say that Tottenham won't lose that game. So put the pressure on them. All we can do is win our games, and we are very comfortable against 10-man Leicester. And now it's 5-1. And Akpom is on the score sheet. Is he, by damn? 5-1. Leicester scored first, didn't they? Well, we've done well. I think that should be game over. Oh, unless we're going to score another one, are we? Or Leicester may get it back to 5-2. We are on this amazing run. And oh, is he going to score as well? Porritt. He has as well. Porritt has gone and made it 6. He's just a young kid, Porritt. And he's made it 6-1. He's got good pace. He just left him for dead. And he knows the offside law. No VAR involved there. 6-1. It could even get worse for Leicester. You can't win anything with kids. Yeah, I wonder where that... I've heard that before. Oh, good old Alan Hansen that was, wasn't it? Now, they've got an injured goalkeeper playing. That's probably not helped them either. Nice to see Porritt getting a goal. We have to check on him. Well, that was a very nice win. It's about as good as you're likely to see, boys. And we've caught up with Tottenham. If Tottenham can lose, we've closed the goal difference as well. Gone 3 points ahead of West Ham. 5 points ahead of Man United. But we have got these difficult games to come. I think our winning streak might be over. Ruiz is gone for the season now. That is a big blow. It's a very big blow, that. And that might mean that our winning streak is over. I mean, since we beat Brighton, beat Swansea, beat Norwich, beat Leicester, we've got Crystal Palace to come. If we can win that one, then we might have a chance, because we got Manchester City and Chelsea at the end. We need to win against Palace. And when is the next game? Sunday. We need to rest them. Akpom. He's probably going to have to play now, Akpom. Pedrosa. Crystal Palace. Can we beat Palace? Have you found any wonder kids, Andy? James and I were talking about that earlier. Have you found any wonder kids yet? The only one I found is Rooney. He's just like amazing. Rooney Bargy. Just absolutely stunning player. Have you found any, Andy? Could be as good as Brandon Williams. I'm not praising anybody. That could all go wrong. But results on the pitch, I'm very impressed. Let's keep it up against Palace. Rezo Scoops Player of the Month. Well deserved. Parrot Young Player of the Month. Oh, so I've got a message at the bottom of my screen there, Andy, saying you are playing at the moment. Who is this boy? Oran Porritt. He's got good potential ability. Striker. Decent physicals for 19 years old. His finishing could do with being a little bit better, and his composure. Good technique. Good first touch. He's actually quite a good player. And his form is really good. I think he's doing okay. He might have to get more game time. Goal of the month, third was Arezo. Oh, that was his free kick. Oh, manager of the month. That doesn't happen often. not in FM24. Does not happen very often. Used to happen quite a lot in FM23, but not in FM24. Untouchable. I'll tell you what, though, I've been having a look at some of the other boys, like Lelujo and some of the other big names, Loki Doki, who all are really struggling to keep their jobs in FM24. I'm doing better than they are. I'm not actually setting the world on fire, but 7th in the Prem, that's not bad. Although this is a carryover from 23, but West Ham are also doing pretty well. So I'm not doing too bad in either save. I'm not in danger of losing my job, just losing the dressing room. But this dressing room isn't that bad. Only Twanzebe now and Livramento, and nobody agrees with them. So they just grow up and get a life. Praise training. Good job, lad. Soleil. Maybe Soleil needs a game. I think you've got to continually keep going into that dynamics, though. Just to make sure nobody's concerned. You go to happiness. Oh, look at this. Aspria. Well, there's nothing I can do about him. Ruiz, there's nothing I can do about him either. Livramento, he's still unhappy about the team talk. Everybody's happy about their playing time, so that's pretty good. So really, I should... Pedrosa... Akpom for Ruiz. Yeah, I have to play Akpom, don't I? Akpom comes in for Ruiz. And I don't have anybody else, do I? Let's put Elionesi on the bench. He's not fit, but we'll have to put him on the bench anyway. Brandon Williams is not fit. Pedrosa. So we have all these injuries now, which means I don't have a bench. And that's because he made me just now put Promise Thompson. Him. I'll send him back to the senior squad because... he can sit on the bench. He's a left back who can sit on the bench. We are favourites, but I got a funny feeling this is where it goes wrong. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I'm still going to not press. We're not going to press them. And we're going to play a shorter passing game. We're going to play positive. Where are Palace in the league? 16th. They're like really down the bottom, and I don't like these games against teams down the bottom. Can you imagine Pep fiddling with the tactics setup? He does sometimes. I'm pretty sure he does sometimes. Expectations are a win. No pressure, lads. But it'd be just like FM to go and lose this and then beat Manchester City, wouldn't it? That would be FM. No, he won't. He's not going to buy that. He gets upset if he's not playing as the forward. Just today, we're not going to start attacking. We're going to start positive. And I'm expecting to see a much better game from Nemecha. But I do have Porritt on the bench. It's important to make the most of our home form. Let's go do it, boys. If we can get this. I mean, if we get 3 points here now today. Oh, already we got a highlight. Pedrosa. Oh, what a chance. So if we get 3 points here today. Oh, we've gone above Tottenham now. We could be in 5th at the end of today. But we got to get the 3 points. I like this shorter passing we're playing a lot better than it was before. It's not as frantic. That's probably why we weren't scoring goals, because it's just like too crazy. The pace was too hot. Now everything's slower. We just look like we're a better team. The only problem is we got so many injuries to key players now. If we have another injury, we're going to be in big trouble. Stay on side. Yeah, 1-0. 1-0. We are absolutely rocking and rolling at the moment. I don't think I've ever had an end to the season this good. Usually I'm in decline at the moment, at this point in the season. But this Middlesbrough team are on the way up at the end of the season. Could even start putting pressure on Wolves here. The Wolves are drawing with Man City. Could lose. And at the moment, Tottenham, though, have 2 games in hand. A 7th place, though, will be good enough for a European spot. Certainly putting Palace to the sword. I do like this non-counter pressing, passing it around, just keeping possession. I like this. Oh, another chance. Do you think 2-1, James, do you? I'm not so sure. Latest scores. We do have to be careful, not be complacent. Oi. That's why we shouldn't be complacent. Shout at them. Let's go, and he's already being type marked, so not much I could do. I was going to go and type mark Edward, but he's already being type marked. It's just whoever it was didn't do his job. Amadosic, by the look of it. Oh, well, that's put the cat among the pigeons, hasn't it? We don't want a 1-1 draw against bloody Crystal Palace now. Just when we were on this winning streak. Might need Porritt coming on. Oh, that's a poor pass. Come on, quicker, quicker, quicker. Oh, good save. We're tiring. Why are we getting tired? Come on. Let's get a goal from a set piece here. They're going to have a rocket at half-time. This is not good enough. Look at the difference between the two sides. This isn't good enough. Get your act together. We are less tired. That's a poor pass. Just when everything was going so well, I did have a funny feeling that this was going to be the game, didn't I? And look how our passing has become really poor. Let's fire them up. Nothing is going well here. Time to make some changes. I'm going to go attacking to begin with. Maybe we're letting Palace just dominate things. Oh, no. See, we're behind now. Oh, is there going to be a VAR call for the opposition? But it will be allowed. Yeah, that's what's happening, James. Things were going too well. So now I've got to make some changes. And Arezzo is really tired. But I don't have anybody now that I can bring on the left wing. He's going to have to keep going. Porritt, can he play instead of Akbom? Yes, he can. 6.6 for Livramento. So Twanzebe. Sole for Amadozic. We're going to have to give Esposito. How's he playing? 6.9. Antonio's not playing very well. Hackney can come in here. Actually, no. He doesn't like playing a DM, Hackney, does he? Bohinen, perhaps? No, he doesn't like it there either. Oi! Esposito, Bohinen's probably better out of the way there. That's all I can do. And then berate them. Just when everything was going really well. Yeah, we've got Edouard type marked. It's just the game is giving me, as somebody said, James said, giving me a taste of my own medicine. That's all that's happening. But maybe it won't be so cruel to me now against Manchester City and Chelsea. I can't believe. Like, at Crystal Palace, I said before the game, I don't feel very good. They're in 16th place. It's almost 18th, 19th and 20th. They've got another injury now, but we have made it 2-2. But I've picked up another injury, another 2 injuries, in fact. I'm not going to have a squad left. Oh well, we've rescued a point, but still not very happy with a point. Oh, we could lose it, actually. Let's just go back to attacking. Oh, that was... Oh, it's like... God, Lord. That's because we're very attacking. And I haven't had time to change it. Oh, good save. That's it, full time. Not happy. Anybody anxious or nervous in here? Yeah, I'm not happy. Defensively, we're absolutely dreadful. Back down to 6. So that's it. Wolves cannot be caught now. It's going to be 6th, 7th, or 8th. 6th, 7th, or 8th. I'd like... Nemetcha's out now for the next game. I'm not going to rest anybody. I don't have enough players to rest. Jones on form. Wolves have booked. Yeah, Wolves are safe. We need 3 more points. And the 2 fixtures we have left are Manchester City and Chelsea. And we need 3 points. And we have to play Man City in the FA Cup final. Come on, we've got this. Hey, Louis. Hey, how you doing, mate? I mean, the form we've been in, we must be able to get something out of this. 2 points, maybe 3 points. Who knows? I need to rest them, I think. When's the next game? No, they don't need resting. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. But the extra 2 points there would have made all the difference. We'd have only needed 1 point. That's FM for you. It's not willing to give it up that easy. But look at our form. That's really good form. Manchester City. What shall I do? Low block against Manchester City? Or just attack them? Nemetcha can't play, can he? All these boys injured. Arezzo has to go up top. I don't have a left wing, do I? Pedrosa can play the left wing again. And then Brandon Williams, is he fit yet? Yeah, Brandon Williams will be fit. He can come on. At left back. Go in no fear, James. Yeah, I think you're right. We have to just keep playing as we've been playing. Don't show them we're afraid. If we lose, we lose. But we can't just go into the game afraid. We play as we've been playing. Torres is back in full training. So we've got at least a right winger back. But 2 games coming up against City. Will the game let us have one of them? If the game lets us have one of them, that would be really cool. What's Amadozic's form been like? He's playing well, Amadozic, so I don't want to replace him. Ferran Torres, yeah, could probably come in. He wants to play Porritt. I don't think so. We'll have him on the bench, but I don't think we can be playing him. Against Man City, I don't know. Torres can play up there. And Pedrosa can come onto the bench instead of Promise Thompson. Nemetcha is not going to be fit enough. No, we're not going to put... And Haaland, of course, will not be injured. Of course not. In fact, City will probably have a clean bill of health. Will be worth checking. But also worth doing might be to go to the individual. Yeah, there's a lot of players who could be praised. Let's get morale up. Sole has been training quite well, Sole. Pedrosa. Let's get morale up, boys. Although morale is pretty good for this team, but it should be, given the run of form that we've been in. His morale should be good. 7.45 now. We won't do that one. Come on, it's only City. We've got this. Keep playing as we've been playing. We'll see what happens. I do feel like we should be dropping the line a little bit. Definitely not counter-pressing. Shorter passing. I also think we should be upping the passing directness, but we're going to go with what we've been doing. This is a big game. No, I'm not playing Porritt. I know you're a big fan of his, but we will go to balanced. And we'll go with that team. It's a shame we don't have our two best players, Asprilla and Ruiz, available. But they're not available. They're not available. Let's go out there. I've got faith in you. Make me proud. Come on, we've got this. It's only City. I think we've beaten them once before in the season. We beat them 2-1 in a shock result. So why not? And looking at the City team, there's no injuries they have to worry about. They've got a fully fit team. So why do we not have a fully fit team? Why is it the opposition always fully fit against us? Penalty, referee! He's given a penalty! Oh, this is what we want. But if we win this one, we'll lose the cup final. If we lose this one, we'll win the cup final. Mark and trigger press Haaland. Do you think so? I usually don't do anything with him because he's just too good. And I just think if you get too close to him, but I'll take your word for it, James. Let's go and mark and trigger press Haaland. I always think if you get too close to him, and he's just going to roll off the defenders. But let's do it. He always scores against me anyway, Haaland, so it doesn't matter. But that's an upset on the way, is it? We're just going to keep playing the way we play. If we lose, we lose. It doesn't matter. At least we've scored a goal. Nice defending. We just don't want to counter press. We're not good enough to counter press, are we? Come on, boys. We got this. It's only City. Oh, Brandon Williams. Good tackle. That was Haaland, wasn't it? Got around him very quickly. Two boys went to him. Oh, come on. Yeah, let them play, and then now we have to engage them. Oh, Haaland, of course. He always... Oh, no, it's Rodri, is it? But it came off someone, didn't it? I was going to say, if we win this one, we definitely lose the cup final. But we're not going to win this one, are we? Actually, it came off a Middlesbrough boy, didn't it? Let's just give him a little bit of encouragement. Come on, boys, you got this. Oh, blimey, no we haven't. Oh, they're 2-1 up now. This Rodri is the man we need to tight mark. It's not Haaland we needed to tight mark, it's Rodri. But City are just like, they're like a steam train. They're just destroying us. We got lucky with the goal. But look at our ratings. We're being destroyed. Our ratings are really poor. Oh, we've got back into the game. Another deflection. Oh, no. He's going to have a look at VAR and it's going to be disallowed, isn't it? Oh, this is terrible, FM. Why don't you do it to the opposition? Yeah. You do not do this to the opposition, and this is wrong. Why? There's been one decision all night. None of them have hit the post or the bar. And this needs to be fixed. It definitely needs to be fixed. No, I think there's been one VAR call, but it was called a goal. It wasn't disallowed. And they've not hit the bar or the post, any of the opposition teams. So another one that's not hit the bar. Haaland hasn't scored yet. I mean, maybe you're right. Tight mark him, trigger press him, because they were all over him when there was a pass to his feet just before, and we did win the ball. 2 of them went to him. Oh, can we get back in it, boys? Can we get back in it? Oh, not like that, we can't. It is going to be a corner, though. Got some tired bodies on the pitch now. Come on, boys, come on. Oh, where's that going? It's not going to be. It's not going to be. We are very, very tired. But not as tired as City. We're probably having to chase them around all over the place. Livramento's poor again. Twanzebe. Ferran Torres is dreadful. I'll give El Yanesi a game out there. And Porrit can come on. Isaiah Jones. I don't have a right winger, do I? I could put Pedrosa out there and switch those over. Look at my goalkeeper, 6.5 again. You have to have a world-class goalkeeper, don't you? Esposito's not playing very well. Pickle. And watch which player will get injured now that I've used all 5 subs. Which player will get injured? City are just too good. Good save, but it might mean that we have a chance in the cup final. You never know. Let's go positive. Let's go and try and shock them. I mean, shots on target wise, we've actually been better than them. Oh, there's Haaland. Not a chance that he's going to be offside. I don't want to see Haaland score. Can he get injured, please, for the final? All my best players are injured. Why can't City have all their best players injured? 3-1. What does that mean? We're still in 6th, but Tottenham do have 2 games in hand. You didn't do yourself proud. You weren't good enough. Esposito didn't like it, but that's the way it is. You were not good enough. It's a sad fact of life. You aren't good enough to beat Manchester City. Players, you were harsh on the team during... Oh, not another one. So how do we solve this then? So, Esposito, let's have a look at his happiness. Holds me in the highest regard. Has a lot to do with my influence. He's just unhappy with my management of the team talk, which he will then sulk about. Okay, so, I think you were too harsh on the team. Do you agree? Well, we can make him happy by making him a promise. I'll do better. I think you're probably right. You're my fault. I'd actually, in real life, tell him to grow up. And that was not too harsh. You were poor out there. Just grow up and get on with your job. But you can't do that in FM. In terms of shots on target, James, I thought perhaps we were the better team. When is the next game? I've got to keep an eye on this. Saturday. Oh. FA Cup final day. And then Chelsea. Maybe we're going to get the points we need against Chelsea. Who knows? Yeah, I know. Absolutely, Andy. Brian Clough. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Or even Pep. Can you imagine one of them telling Pep that? Your team talks was absolutely terrible. Can you imagine their response? There'd be no sulking for like 4 months. Oh boy. Oh, someone like Alex Ferguson. There would be hairdryer moments. Throwing the water bottle around. Sorry, Sir Alex, but I thought your team talk was rubbish. Nah, that part of the game has got out of hand. Nemecha instead of Arezo. Arezo actually might be tired. He's been out of sorts of late. So it might be an idea to play the Mecha. And to play Arezzo on the left wing. That's how we're going to do it. And then we're going to put Ferran Torres on the right wing. No, we're not. We're going to put Jones on the right wing. And we're going to put Torres in as the shadow striker. That's how we're going to do it. Arezzo, though, is very tired. But he can play the first half. Hold a team meeting. Get the best if we ease the pressure. I think you're probably right. I'm very proud of you. I'm not expecting you to beat Man City, though. It's like, it's like that's the way it is. You know. In fact, if I didn't have to turn up, I probably wouldn't go to watch this. But you never know. FM has done stranger things. One thing we do have to learn is we have to type mark Rodri. I have to type mark Rodri. So we'll probably type mark Haaland and Rodri. And Rodri's got a bit of a long shot on him, hasn't he? And we're not going to change the way we play. So Rodri, we'll type mark him and we'll close him down. Does he have a weaker foot, Rodri? No. And then Haaland, we'll type mark him and close him down as well. But it'll be somebody else this time. Okay. Akpom could probably come on the bench, couldn't he? So Pedrosa is my fullback. Bohinan Twanzebe is a fullback. Sole Elyanesi struggling for fitness. Akpom, Bohinan, Porret. I don't have any wingers on the bench, do I? Only Pedrosa. My wingers are all injured. Has to be Elyanesi. What? Goalkeeper's injured now, is he? Another one. Look at all this nonsense, and Manchester City have got a clean bill of health again. Come on. FM, get a grip. Make the game fair. Why have Man City not got 6 of their key players out injured? No, we don't want to be telling them go and win that trophy. Because we just told them in the team meeting, nobody's expecting anything of you. That would be a mistake by the assistant manager. Oh, we don't want to round the grounds, do we? Well, we've certainly taken the game to them in the early stages. We've had all the ball, all the shots on goal. We've had 6 shots on goal. City have only had 1. Or was it 5? 5. City are forcing play down the left-hand side. "3-0 to Borough." You're having a laugh, James. Having a giraffe. It might be 1-0 if the game is feeling very generous. It might be 1-0, but I can't see it being 3-0. Got an itchy foot now. Come on, Arezzo. One nice pass and we'll be in for a counter-attack goal. And how could we possibly win the FA Cup final? That'd be so funny. Middlesbrough winning the cup final. Even getting to the final is a really good performance. Oh, what a chance. You have to score, boys. You have to score. If you get opportunities, you must score. Look how we're beating them. You're doing well. Keep working until full time. Is my team talk all right, Esposito? Yep, he appears to be very happy. But look, he's 6.5. He's not playing very well. But at least my team talk is all right by his standards. His performance on the pitch is not okay, though. We're still giving him a good hiding here. But we can't score the goal we need. Time to make some changes. Arezzo, yeah, he's done. His race is run. Pedrosa can come on here. Nemecha, 6.5 again. Isaiah Jones is terrible. Oh, Yonesi. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Esposito is not playing very well. Hackney, possibly. And Antonio is not playing very well either. Let's give Bohinen a game then as well. I don't want to use all the subs yet. I'm going to type mark Grealish. Grealish is a nightmare in FM as well. Come on, boys. We got this. We've actually taken them apart. Our XG is better. We actually are the better team here. And FM will not allow us to win this. It's like, come on. Or is this going to be it from the set piece? Oh, come on, FM. Come on. We are destroying them. You've got to just let one of these go in. We are taking them apart. Be fair to us. Oh, there's a chance it's bobbling. What's happened here? Free kick. Yeah, it's going to be extra time, isn't it? City 1-0 in extra time. We have absolutely taken them apart. The game is so unfair sometimes. Oh, look at the difference between the two teams. You're doing very well. Keep going. I can make one more substitution, can I? Brandon Williams or Livramento. I can make two more substitutions, can't I? Twanzebe. I'd really like to bring maybe Pedrosa back, but do I have a winger who can play out there? Yes, I can put Torres there. Pedrosa can come back here. And Porrit. This is his moment. Come on. Now, we have tired players. Amadozic needs to press less often, ease off the tackles, dribble less. And who else is tired? Ferran Torres. We don't want him dribbling, so we're going to play him as a playmaker. Dribble less. Ease off the tackles. Hold position. Save some energy, boy. And then the other one is Nemecha. Dribble less, take fewer risks, ease off the tackle, trigger press less. So hopefully some of those will have saved some energy. Now let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. Can we do this? This will be like, come on. We're still destroying them. 16 shots, 6 on target to Man City's 5. We are still beating them. But FM is very cruel. And here's their goal, is it? Looks like their goal to me. Oh! I thought that was it. Let's shout some encouragement at them. Come on, you've got this. Oh, it's going to penalties then, is it? Is that what FM's got in mind? Oh no, it's just going to let City win it. Oh, my lord. They certainly are coming back into the game, but they haven't had any shots on target. Only one. We've absolutely hammered them, and this will be so unfair if we don't win this now. It will be really unfair. Oh, is that a penalty? No, he's waved his arms and said no penalty. Let's get rid of it, boys. Come on. Good tackle. Get rid of it. Looks like they are trying to... Well, of course they're trying to play out from the back. They always do play out from the back. Ah, sometimes you just hate this game, don't you? Sometimes it's just a hated game. We have been much the better team. And City, who come into the game with a clean bill of health, everything going for them. This game is nuts. Why does City have no injuries? Why do we have 6 injuries and City have none? Why have we hammered them and then the game's allowed them just to pinch it at the end? It's horrid. No, I don't want to see this. The game's cheated me there. Just cheated. Or if it's going to have them win, don't make it look like we beat them. I mean, again, it's like make it exciting, but you're doing it at the expense of realism. So stop doing that. Make it real. It's so annoying. And now we have to go and play Chelsea in the final game of the season. And this will decide whether or not we get into Europe now. The game will not do that to me. The game has to give it to me. Surely it will not allow me not to get into Europe now. After that debacle, it has to give me this game. Has to. Otherwise, it's just a big cheat. And all in the name of trying to make it more exciting. Well, don't do it, because it's not. It's at the expense of reality. So don't make it more exciting. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose. And a much better reflection of a result between the two teams was the first game, not the second one. FM is a horrid mistress, James. It's absolutely horrid. I don't know why they design it like that. It's just nonsense. Design it properly. And they were always going to win the penalty shootout. Anyway, if it went to a penalty shootout, they were always going to win that as well. Ruiz is back, is he? He's not fit, though. And put him on the bench, I suppose. Put him on the bench. Ease the pressure. Have fun, and what will be, will be. Yep, that's good. What will be, will be. That's exactly the way I feel now. Probably win this game now. My prediction is a win. What was that about Ruiz? 60 minutes. He's not got 60 minutes in him. He's not got 60 minutes in him. Nah. He's nowhere near 60 minutes. Arezo's going to struggle as well. Let's get Pedroza on there. Oh, still that goalkeeper's injured, is he? We need big games from everybody. This is it. The final game. What we need to do is, who is it Tottenham? That's West Ham. Got to keep an eye on West Ham. What happened to Tottenham? Oh, they jumped above us. Where are West Ham? There must be. They're losing already to Norwich, which is a good sign. We've got the match momentum. Oh, this is all very close. Come on. Do not mess me about again. Esposito, about time you did something. Oh, hit the post again. Oh, how many times do we hit the post? And I still haven't seen any of the opposition teams tonight hit the post or the bar. They've only had one VAR decision and the goal was awarded. And yet it goes the other way. Oh, we're going to be in trouble here, are we? Yep. It's got to be that West Ham lose. I don't want to see that again. I've had enough of it now. So we've got to rely on West Ham losing to Norwich. Or we're going to beat Chelsea. I don't know. I don't know anymore. FM is a cruel mistress times 2. It definitely is. It definitely is. And again, it's just trying to get the excitement up. Well, it's not exciting me. It's just silly. Chelsea should not be losing to us either. I'm just going to check on West Ham again. Norwich are now 2-0 up against West Ham. But we've gone down. into 8th. How come West Ham are above us when they're losing 2-0? How did that work? We started the weekend above them, and now they're above us, losing 2-0. How does that work? Oh, what a stupid game. I think what I need to do is pull the line back. What a stupid game. No, I don't want to see it. So West Ham are losing 2-0, and yet they've jumped above us. How does that work? They were below us just now. How does that work? You're doing well. We're underdogs. Look, goalkeeper again, 6.4. He's decided to have a bad game right in the most important game of the season. I don't care. What will be, will be. If we don't get into Europe, it's probably the right thing, given how poor a team they are. But what I can't understand is why West Ham are losing and yet have gone above us when they were below us before the game. That is real cheating from the game. Oh, now it's 2-2. Does that mean that we go above West Ham now? Brandon Williams. Like there's been no shots at all. So West Ham, what are West Ham doing now? They're still above us. How did that work? They've got 2 points from somewhere. So it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, and we're going to get a red card. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, FM. You might as well make it the worst day ever. Let's come back one. I don't have a right back, do I? Yes, I do. Twanzebe. Torres is playing badly, so goalkeeper is awful. Deal Fry is awful. Amadozic is even worse. I give up. I just give up. What a pointless exercise. I just don't understand where West Ham have got all those extra points from. Whatever. Where did West Ham get those 5 extra points? They are losing now 3-0. And they're still above us. Where are they getting these points from? We were above them. We were in 7th. It's got to be a glitch. Yeah, we were in 7th going into this game. And West Ham have got extra points from somewhere. That is a deliberate cheat. Because now we're in 8th and a point behind West Ham. No, hang on. Now we've gone up to 6th. The game has glitched. And now it's putting things right. That's what's happened. The game has glitched. But it's not over yet. Chelsea are going to win this for sure. They've got very tired players. Right, let's go and have a look. Midfield, it's got to be the midfield, isn't it? Yeah, let's put Hackney here and we'll bring on Pickle. And maybe Twanzebe can go to a fullback on support. If we hold on, see, it's put it right now. That was a glitch. But it's not over yet. Not by a long shot. West Ham are beating Brentford. West Brom. Oh, is it? Oh, am I misreading it, Sean? Am I? In my panic and desperation, I'm misreading it. 3-3. They've scored in the 96th minute. Oh, is this going to be offside? Is it going to finally give me an offside for the opposition? No. No way. I have no idea what the table looks like now. Eighth. Oh, boy. Will it be enough? I don't know, and I don't care. I think the game has cheated. I really don't care. Like, we get a sending off as well in the last game. It just did everything that we beat Manchester City. The stats showed we beat Manchester City in the cup final. It just did everything it could. Whatever. Whatever is whatever. I really don't care. So I don't think it would be Europe. 8th, I don't think so. I mean, they're not going to decide yet anyway, are they? That is not good enough. Well, that's it for this Middlesbrough. I tell you what, FM23, it was much easier than this. FM23 was really easy compared to this. And I've seen, like, I watched Loki Doki the other day. He's almost getting sacked. Lelujo is also almost getting sacked. Like, everybody is really struggling to play FM24. And yeah, I go onto forums in Facebook and everybody's saying how well they're doing. They're winning trophy after trophy after trophy. I don't know how they're doing it because this is hard. This is really hard. And I don't think we're going to be winning many trophies this year. But that's it. We did our best. It wasn't enough in the end. Our form went away. Had we beaten Crystal Palace, that was the game. The 2 points we needed were there. The other games wouldn't have mattered then. Getting to the cup final was good, but we were cheated. And then I don't know what happened against Chelsea, but it doesn't matter. So thanks very much, guys, for coming. We will miss Sunday now because the game will be downloaded on Monday, won't it? The full game will come on Monday. Yeah, I'm working on a new asymmetric as we speak, James. I'm going to... It's got all sorts of weird things going on in the new tactic, so I'm working on it at the moment. Hopefully it's using some of the new roles that they've introduced. So if you do that, hopefully the game will give you an edge if you're using their new roles. But have a good night, guys. I think we've done pretty well in both saves. We haven't come anywhere near the sack. I've had to sell far too many players because they're unhappy. But at least we haven't got anywhere near the sack like a lot of others have. So I think we've done pretty well in both saves. So I'll be back on Tuesday with a brand new save once the game has been updated. I don't know where we'll be yet. I have yet still to make my mind up where will we be. So thanks for coming, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I enjoy interacting with you, even if I did not enjoy the end of that. It's been a good season, I guess. Our form there was outrageous. So thanks, guys, and I will see you all on Tuesday, I hope. And keep smiling, keep playing, keep trying. That's the idea. We'll catch you soon. We'll catch you on Tuesday, guys.